Good morning, Lauren.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm feeling okay actually. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm a little tired.
Yeah.
I was in Victoria and Albert's last night, and the champagne was good, but I'm pretty tired. This is the 10 miler. Join us for the final element of the actual springtime surprise. It's the thing that makes it the surprise. It's the 10 miles. Look, it's nice weather. It's going to be good. I imagine a lot of it is similar to yesterday, but we actually run through Hollywood Studios today, so that'd be a nice difference.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited to do that.
Oh, here we go. Join us, folks.
It's 4 in the morning
It is.
and it's 21 degrees, which in American speak is 80, low 80, high 70s, I think. It's so warm so early. What did you say on the way in?
I think it's gonna be sorry for the lighting. I think it's gonna be a really, really hot one, and so we're gonna probably have to take it a little bit slower. Because yesterday we were quite sweaty by about mile 4. And obviously this is 10 miles, so we just need to be careful, I think.
Indeed, and also remember, hydrate or dehydrate. We have been using the water stops anyway, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Which is different from when I did Dopey, because I just carried my water most of the time and then I just sort of topped up as needed.
Yeah.
I've still got my camelback with me, but I just use it to carry stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. So we have got an hour till start time, an hour till Corral A starts. This is something we haven't mentioned. The corrals kind of start at different times, and our start window in theory is between 5:13 and 5:30. What we've been finding is we sort of cross the start finish, well, it's not the finish line, we cross the start line around 5:20.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but anyway. Right, we are going to get out of the car. It is looking a busy one today. We're the furthest back that we are in terms of rows, but we've got here at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's fine. I think that there's the same number of people today as there was yesterday, but 10 miles is becoming a more increasingly common distance in terms of races, isn't it?
Yeah, I've done a couple of 10 milers.
See, I've never actually done a 10-mile event, so this will be a new one for me. But the course, Epcot as usual, because you know Epcot by now, then running on the path towards Hollywood Studios, and then the last 5K is all on the roads.
Just a road.
It'll be fine. Here we go, team. One more to do.
We've just come across this. For $289, you can buy the wooden cutout of all the different routes, complete with your bibs and times and things, of the race itself. That's really cool.
Yeah, I do love that. If I had a random $300 lying around, it would definitely be a consideration for me.
And clearly a company called Race Maps, but yeah, I've never seen that before. That is really cool. Big fan. Something we haven't mentioned yet is there's actually some like food and stands and things. And now, yes, you use the runners catch to do it. I think this is taken advantage of mainly by people who hang around and wait. But I also know that there's a place where you can get beer, maybe not at 4 in the morning, but for the spectators and when you finish the race. So that's actually really quite cool. It's a good way to keep everyone sort of entertained and provisions when, let's face it, Lauren's a big fan of the snack box. I have my opinion. Good afternoon, everybody, or good morning still. It's actually 7:44 in the morning. We've returned to the car. We've finished the 10K. Lauren, do you want to show off the medals?
I mean, we finished 10k yesterday. We did the 10 miles today.
Oh, I did 10 miles today. I'm quite tired, Steve. I'm going to be really honest. My training readiness score on my Garmin was like 24. I was not in a condition for this. We've just finished a 10 miler. Lauren, show us the medals.
It's lovely. So these spin, which I think is super cute. And it's a lovely shape as well. So yeah, that's the 10 miler. And then the challenge medal, because obviously we did the 5k, the 10k, and the 10 mile. It's Genie and Aladdin. And so Aladdin springs, which is cute. And then obviously you can see the glitter down here. It does the same as the honey from yesterday. It fills down.
You're completely enamored by that, aren't you?
Yeah, I love that. I think it's a really lovely addition to the medals.
Yeah, you do. You've made that clear. Look, the medals are fine. I am slightly biased. Maybe because these are my first ones. I think the marathon weekend ones were probably a little bit better.
And they were also probably twice the price.
Yes and no. And actually, let's talk about price for a second. So we paid in pounds. It was like £380, wasn't it? In dollars, it was like best part of $500 for the challenge. Dopey registration this year for 2027 tipped over to just over $800 after tax.
Yep.
That is a lot of money. And actually, this is something that's so culturally interesting. How much do you normally pay for races back in the UK?
Oh, they are. I didn't realise how cheap they were until speaking to you. So, like a local 10k or a half marathon could be about £20-30,
which is about $35 to $45.
But for Manchester Marathon, which is one of the really big marathons in the UK, so the kind of big ones are Brighton, London, and Manchester. They're the kind of biggies. It was only £60, and you get a finisher T-shirt and a medal.
So it's about $75-80 to give you a comparison. Whereas I've ran random half marathons or 10Ks that nobody cares about over here. No one, I couldn't even tell you where they were. I don't think I kept the T-shirts, and they were that price and more. So I ran a 9-hour one the other weekend, and that was $130, and that was very reasonable value. So the price is a thing. There's no two ways about it though. This is quite well put together from a production value.
Oh, absolutely. Everything runs like clockwork. Even I was noticing on the course today, it's even things like cups in bins. So with a lot of races, and I did Prague half last month, there was just bottles everywhere, there was water everywhere, packets of things, gels, that sort of thing. And you really had to dodge around them. Whereas here, none of that. I dropped my cup outside of a bin by accident because I tried my best. I was next to the bin. But an attendant was literally right there, litter picked it, put it straight back in the bin. And it's just that sort of attention to detail that you don't get on any other races.
Yeah, runDisney is separated in that sense. You are paying for it, but between the on-course entertainment, I do think the medals, as much as I have just perhaps suggested they're not my favourite, they are of a much higher quality than you would get for most medals. I mean, if you think of 10Ks back home, and here actually, the medals will be quite cheap as well. There's a real production value to the medals here, but then again, you are paying for it.
Absolutely. And I was thinking about, obviously I have to travel back to the UK in a few days, and I was thinking about my baggage allowance because these are heavy.
They are, and whilst I don't know yet, and we will have to test this, the marathon ones, the further the distances, the heavier they get.
Oh.
That's like a really unknown piece. Now, whether they do it on purpose or by accident, I don't know. But the further the distance is, the heavier the medal gets. And so we'll have to see if this one's the case as well. It might just be because they're slightly bigger, I don't know. It's probably the same material, but that is a nice little fun little bit. I think the weather today was a factor, and actually we sort of realised on the way around why they don't do a half or a full marathon in Springtime Surprise, which as of recording this is what, 19th of April.
Yeah.
So this is it's warm. I mean, we got in the car this morning, it was already 21 degrees, as I mentioned, which is sort of the high 70s. I really think that by the time some people are finishing, because as I speak, by the way, we can see that there are people still running, as you would expect. Well, sunrise is coming up, and I imagine for some people, if you were starting in the later corrals and this is going to take you, best part of 3 hours, that's gonna, if you start in later corral in the best part of 3 hours, the sun is gonna be up, properly up by the time you finish.
Yeah, I think I seen someone share on Instagram the predicted balloon lady times. So the balloon ladies obviously are the ones who are at the back, and they're kind of the sweepers. So if you fall behind them, then you can't finish the course. And they're coming in at what, 2 minutes to 9, I think it is.
Okay, yeah. Wow. Yeah. So that's basically, that makes it 3 hours almost on the dot. Then if you think the last group's going to start about an hour before, sorry, an hour after everybody in the first group goes. So yeah, I think, overall it was a pretty good experience. I think it's probably made you want to do Dopey.
Absolutely. So we tried to obviously sign up for Dopey, this kind of coming Dopey in 2027. Unfortunately, we didn't get tickets, which is really frustrating. But yeah, it's given me that taste for more. When I was running this 10 miles, I was thinking I could do another 3. And then I'm thinking, now how I feel tomorrow, I could realistically try for the marathon. Like, it's not unreachable in
What are
my.
we going to run a marathon tomorrow to prove the point?
Absolutely
No,
not.
we're not doing
Absolutely not.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. But on that fantastic note, thank you all for joining us in these last few episodes. We've got the races and the 5K and 10K already up. We've got the Expo on there as well. We've got a couple more pieces to come from this week. But until then, please stand clear of the doors. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.